Hello and welcome everybody. It is Donna Gray here, your Stamping Up demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland, coming to you live on Friday, the 19th of September. So this is the third time I've gone live this week, so I'm super excited. I'm starting to get back into the swing of things and bringing you more content each time I jump on and go live. So I am madly designing my Scrap It With Me workshop kit for this month behind the scenes. So when I'm not on here, I am working hard designing awesome layouts and cards for card classes and things. So that's what I do when I'm not actually on here live. So when you get the notification that I've gone live, please jump on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Okay, I can see I've just got somebody has just jumped on, so that is super awesome. I know this is short notice and I know that I didn't have it scheduled, and you're probably thinking, I didn't know she was going to do a live video right now. And you know what? Sometimes that's just the way I've been rolling lately. Hey, Deb, welcome. So when you get the notification, please jump on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. And I am going to show you a sneak peek of my pages for my Scrap It With Me workshop kit that I hold every month. So every month I do a scrapbook workshopping kit, a scrapbook workshop kit, and it is simple and easy, quick scrapbooking. We are now starting to get into some more involved layouts, and when I say involved layouts, I'll actually show you a sneak peek of the first one that I've done after I've showed you what I've done here. So as you've seen in the title, it is, hey Kathy, lovely to see you. Matthew, Helen, lovely to see you. So this is another scrapbooking video, and it's just going to be quick. I've done a lot of it, so I'm sort of up to the finishing touches and the decorating, which is the fun part about scrapbooking, and getting those beautiful memories down on paper. So, but I wanted to actually show you how we can stretch a title across a double page layout so it all blends and it all looks awesome together. So so I was using the and now I'm thinking I can't even remember the name of the scrapbooking kit. I know this stamp set is Peace and anyway, I'll show you anyway. Sometimes when it's brand new product, sometimes the names escape me, but I'm going to pop the camera down and show you what I've done so far. So this is a sneak peek. So for everybody that is doing the workshop kits, if you don't want to see it, turn away, turn the video off now. So I'm using the gorgeous sticker sheet here and the beautiful paper. And as I said, the name has escaped me. I'm just going to look it up because I feel really bad when I can't tell you what the name is. And now my computer is like taking its own sweet time. Where are we? And someone's probably already beat me to it and popped it into the comments. It's called the Peaceful Garden Suite. So that's actually the paper that I'm using. Now, I wonder, does it tell me the sticker sheet? So the Peaceful Garden Designer Series paper and sticker sheet. And I'm also using the Peaceful Days 2x2 two-toned cardstock mix pack of two-tone cardstock. So that's actually what you get, is a full pack of that paper, and you also get a pack of the two-tone cardstock, and you also get the sticker sheet, so the awesome sticker sheet as well. So I've gone ahead for this one, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to incorporate the blues, but I also wanted to bring that crumb cake look in as well. So some of the papers have got a mixture of the beautiful Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, there's even Secret Sea, there's some really different colors in it, but I wanted to bring in the crumb cake along with the blues and to be able to get it to blend those colors. So this would be really, really awesome for masculine layouts as well. So I know that these here have some flowers, but they're so small that you actually wouldn't see or notice. Now, I didn't use the floral side of it for the simple fact that we were doing layouts that weren't really girly. I've done a layout of San Francisco is my first layout. The second layout I was doing was Alcatraz. And the reason why I wanted to do Alcatraz was I wanted to use some of the pine trees that are in the sticker sheet. So my pine trees have been sitting here. I've had them on my fingers, sitting them around where I think I want to put them. And I even Googled to make sure that Alcatraz had pine trees on it. Now, when my daughter and I went on my latest incentive trip, now I want to put the disclaimer out there. I know I've got it in the description, but I'm also going to say it. 0.001% of demonstrators achieve the level of earning an incentive trip. But while we were on our incentive trip to Disney World in Orlando, we added on a trip and we did a trip through California. So we did a trip through Los Angeles, Vegas. We went to the Grand Canyon. We went to Route 66 all through the desert, which was absolutely amazing. And then we ended up at San Francisco. So at San Francisco, we weren't actually doing a trip to the Alcatraz. And then we actually had a San Francisco Bay tour booked. And when we arrived, it was so foggy and so overcast. And so the weather was absolutely miserable. There was no way we were going to get on a boat and try and see anything because you weren't going to see anything. So we canceled that. And we ended up going to Alcatraz. So I decided that Alcatraz would be a really, really good layout for here. So far what I've done is I've used some of the designer series paper as my base pages. So, and this is that cloud cover color. So I've used those as my base pages. These were cut off strips from my first layout. And you're going to see when I show you my first layout where I got these cut off strips. And then to bring in the crumb cake, I decided to just bring a 1-inch strip down through the center of these pieces. And that way it broke up the floral accent a little bit as well. Then all of the photos, I've actually mounted those on the light side of the crumb cake two-tone cardstock that goes with the paper pack that goes with the sticker sheet and the designer series paper. So I've incorporated all of that. Now I've brought out the large alphabet that we have that is called the party alphabet. I'm sure it's the party alphabet set. And I've cut out my Alcatraz in the Secret Sea color. So I thought when I was putting this together, why not finish this layout? And so I'm gonna go and grab the alphabet to show you the size of the alphabet. And while I was out there, I grabbed my other two layouts so that you can actually see the other two layouts. So it's called the Party Alphabet Dies. And you get so many dies. It's a large die set. But yeah, it's a set of dies that we have at the moment that are available. And they are huge. But I can tell you they are a wonderful set of dies to have in your craft stash because you can do some beautiful scrapbook titles with these alphabet dies. So you can see how large the alphabet dies are. But they were right on my radar. When they came out in our annual catalog, they were on my radar that I was definitely going to get them because I knew for scrapbooking titles and things, they were just perfect. They were nice, big, large letters that you can actually make a statement with the title. So I've also gone around, if you can see, I haven't got any of these stuck on at the moment, but I've also gone around and I've sponged the edge of my crumb cake layers or my matting layers. Now my matting layers I've done at 1/4 of an inch larger than what the the photo size is. So I've just added 1/4 inch on to get that nice, awesome border. And it gives that crumb cake, that peak of crumb cake coming through as well. And I've just realized my glue is out there on the kitchen bench as well. Okay. Sorry, I decided to do this quickly, and then now I've realized everything's out there where I was instead of being in here where I need it to be. All right. So I'm now actually going to, so my thought process was that I think I'm going to use a couple of these pine trees up in here. I actually like this as a journaling piece, but the happy days, I don't think I can really put happy days on an Alcatraz layout. So I thought what I might do is actually cut the top off and poke it in so that I can do a little bit of journaling as well, because there's a lot of history with Alcatraz as well. So when we were actually traveling, there was a lot of history that you walk through with a set of headsets on, and they actually tell you the whole story of Alcatraz. And so there's a lot of history there. So I thought I would like to use that journaling piece, but actually pop it in underneath my photo so that we don't see the word happy days. Or I actually think I'll probably cut that happy days off, and I could possibly use it somewhere else. Actually, I could probably possibly use it back on the first double page layout that I've got to add a little bit more decoration. So now that I've actually got everything sorted, I've worked out how I want to arrange my photos on my layout. I always do like a dry run. Always like to look and do a dry run. And I have actually had my pine trees stuck on my finger, like so, that I stuck them here, thinking that I could possibly put them up here to take up some of that space there. So once I get my photos on, I thought I might just pop them on there. And then I've got a third one that I thought I might just pop over here to bring in some of those pine trees coming over. And then once I've got my my journaling piece in here, it's sort of going to cover up. It's going to tie in everything and remove the gaps in the layout. So let me just stick them on my bench so they don't get out of control. So the first thing what I need to do is adhere this. Now, I'm not a person that measures, so please, if you are a person that measures, then definitely work out your measurements of where you want to be, like where you want your photos to sit. But I physically just eyeball where I'm going to put things, and that's just how I've always done it. So I wanted that to sit about there like that. So I'm just going to look and get a nice even border all the way around. Hang on, I just need to unlock the door. So I've now eyeballed where that's going to sit, right there like that. Now I've got to make sure that I'm going to leave enough room for this Alcatraz to go here where I'm going to pop this photo, because I want this to overlap. And it's actually nice to overlap your photos a little bit on your layouts, and it just gives a bit more different look rather than having them all separate. So I'm just going to glue that one on. And sometimes I do like to glue it on that I leave a bit of gap underneath. So if I want to tuck something in underneath, I can. So that's going to go there. Yeah, Patricia, we did have that large set of alphabets that we had that went away, and everyone was quite sad. But this one's quite good, and it's quite easy to maneuver into your layouts. All right, so we've got those on. Now, the next thing what I want to do is make sure that I've got enough room here. So I'm probably going to start with maybe this photo here to make sure that I've got enough room for where that title is going to sit. And it doesn't even matter if your title overlaps some of your photos as well. I don't really want it to because I want to show what's in there. All right, so I think that's looking quite good. All right. Actually I wonder whether that one could possibly go over there. I'm just trying to get more room above this title, but I want them to be more staggered like that. Okay. I think that's going to work. I don't know whether... No, neither of them are any smaller than the rest, so I'm going to leave it back the way it was. I just actually wanted to have... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to overlap. We might overlap them to get a bit more space. We could overlap. So I can bring that one down. Okay. So we're going to do that one there. This one here. Are you going to scrapbooking again, Margaret? Yep. Okay, so I'm going to keep this in line with this one and add just a little gap down underneath, like so. Okay, that one there. And I use the liquid glue. The liquid glue is, as I said in our virtual album retreat, that it is photo safe. So in case you were wondering, I know someone else said that they did a layout for somebody, and by the time years ago, and by the time they actually went to add more to it, that all of the double-sided tape had been giving away. So that's why I actually use my liquid glue. All right. Okay, so we've got our photos all on. And oh, I was blurry, but it's all good now. Sometimes you just need to refresh. All right, so when I go to put a title on, to get it nice and straight, I use a T-ruler. So I've got one of these T-rulers, and to get it nice and straight and where I want it to be, I line up both of my pages. I work out if I have my letters sitting there, that's good. It's going to give me a bit of clearance there. It's going to give me a bit of clearance on the bottom here. Now I'm actually going to start with the A here. So when you're actually spreading a word across two pages, you are going to have the gap that your binder is going to take up that room, but it's still going to, everyone's still going to know what the word is. It's still going to flow. Their eyes are going to attract and go across the page. So they're still going to be able to work out what the title is. So normally what I do is I get my my T-ruler on the edge of my paper here. I get a really nice border, however much I want to be up from the bottom of the page. And then what I do is I leave that ruler there and I pick up my, and I'm going to, with my fingernails, it's a bit hard to pick something up. I'm going to pick up my letters and I'm going to start from my A and I'm going to work backwards. So once again, making sure that you have done a dry run, that you know where everything's going to sit. And then I'm just going to press down on my ruler when I go to put the A there. Okay, without moving it, press down on the ruler, and then I'm just going to, that A is going to sit as close as I can possibly get it to the edge of my page and sitting it there onto my ruler. So now I'll pick up the C. And liquid glue is great because it gives you that wiggle room. So if it doesn't quite sit where it needs to be, you can wiggle it around a little bit more. So the C's got a little bit of a flat space on the bottom. Pop that in there. And our L. Just there. And our A. So with the T ruler, it's really great. You can get these titles really nice and straight by using that T ruler. Or you could rule a line, do a line with your pencil and rule it to get it sitting nice and straight. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back from the other side of my page and bring in my T ruler, and we're going to line those up like that. I'm going to bring in the T ruler and we're going to line it up to where it is level and straight there. And we're going to start with our T again. So making sure that your pages are lined up nice and straight and that your T ruler is touching here where that last letter was put in. Pick up this T if I can grab it. There. Okay, now same again. We're going to try and get right up against the edge of our paper to make that word flow all the way through. So like that. We do have a smaller alphabet, Patricia. Okay, and we'll pop our R in. Little gap in between. We have the Alpha a la mode dies, I think they're called. I think we still have those. Okay. And I actually sometimes I use my Cricut machine as well for the titles. Whoops. Move my ruler after all that. There. And get our Z sitting where it needs to be. And there you have your title spread across your page. So simple as that. And then when we pop it in our book, you can see that title is just going to spread right across the page. Margaret saying, my granddaughter grew up now and I have new models to photograph called great-grandchildren. That's the way, Margaret. Okay, so now my thought process is I want to pop these two trees. So I like the way they look, and I'm just going to pop them just right there like that. So these sticker sheets are fantastic because we can embellish so quick by just grabbing our stickers. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I think over here. Now, I do like these pieces, which I was thinking I might try popping one of these in under here. And then popping a tree on here. Or like that. So that's bringing the trees over on both sides. Now, of course, we've got some cute little bits and pieces here. I like this. I was thinking I could pop that under there just to give us a little bit of interest. Let me see if I can grab it in under there. Oh no, I wanted to put, hang on. I wanted to put that journaling piece there. So let's grab that. Now, I want to cut that off. So let's just, with our scissors, see if we can cut that across there. I didn't cut it real straight, but, oh, don't stick. Oh. Okay, so let's pop that back on our sheet. I feel like we could poke this under. I need my other take a pick tool. We'll just use scissors in under here. There. That's what I want to do. And we can pop that just there like that. Okay, so we've got a journaling piece there. Okay. Now, my thought process was I have a couple of, I don't know whether I'm going to use these or not, but I did want to use these. I've got these, and I did want to use these dies that come with this set. Where did the other one go? There. So we have these, which I thought these we could tuck in and bring a little bit more of some of the paper in there. So let's cut a few of those out. Just pop that over there. And I'm just going to, I'm going to cut them across this way because we're going to have the flowers and things going up the right way, although they go all different ways. But I just want to cut a couple of these. Might be some cute accents we can pop in underneath. The product number of the smaller alphabets, Patricia, you need to give me more information. Sorry, there's a delay with when you see the video compared to what I'm doing. So if you can tell me the product number of what, I could possibly help you out. Okay. Maybe I don't need them. My thought process was to oh, that could have looked good under that. We could do that. Let's pull that up. Yeah, that looks good. So let's do that. The smaller alphabet dies. Just hang on and I will have a look. the easiest way when you're trying to find certain things is just to do a search on the on our website, which I can do right now. Okay, so we've got one there. I would have liked a couple of pieces under there. So we might actually cut another one. I don't actually need them this big, so I need to cut that off. Because in under here could look quite nice. Okay, so we have alphabet a la mode. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to share my screen so you can see. For anyone else that might be interested. So we have 3 lots of dies here, as you can see on my screen. We have the mini alphabet. Mini alphabet, the number is 162934. So that's the mini alphabet. It's quite small. The other one that we have is, these are the party alphabet dies. So they are a higher price ticket item, but they are very big. They're a big set of dies. So party alphabet dies are 165263, and the a la mode ones that I was talking about are 160750. They're smaller, they're thinner. They're probably around the same height as these, but thinner. So we have short, little fatter ones, we've got tall, thin ones, and we've got tall, chunky ones. So so we have 3 different lots of alphabet dies there that you can choose from. Okay, so hopefully that will help, and it will help anyone else that may need them. All right, so I think I'm going to probably just leave it at that. I'm going to add a little bit of glue under that. I like those little tags. I think they just look, they just add a little bit more character to that layout. And I was going to use the dies out of the Peace on Earth bundle. Have these gorgeous leaf dies and things, and I was going to use them, but now when I've done the layout, they don't seem to want to. It doesn't look like they want to go together. But these label dies are great. Look how it's matching the same label here. Okay, so and they have a small and a large label, so they will nest in together. So that would be great for doing your journaling as well. So you could actually do like a contrast color in the larger one, and then do a white layer on the top and do some journaling. So so there you go. That is the last double page layout. Do you want a sneak peek of the other page that I did? The other page has got interactive pieces on it. Do you want a sneak peek? Type in and let me know in the comments if you would like a sneak peek of the first double page layout that I did. And as I said, I might be able to stick that happy days in there somewhere. A nice, well-balanced layout, Margaret. Thank you. All right. Patricia's saying yes. Come on, give me the yeses, people. Give me some yeses in the comments and let me know. Patricia said yes, and then she said please. So as you can see, spreading that across, it's now brought those 2 pages together as well. So all right, okay. Only Patricia wants to see. I know, Kathy's saying that she wants to see it too. Okay, and these are all pictures of, as I said, my daughter and I on these incentive trips. So then I decided that I would do a layout for Pier 39 at San Francisco. So this is there's some gorgeous things at this, and I thought every pier was like this. It's only Pier 39 that is like this, but anyway. So here is a beautiful view of the pier, and showing you some pretty awesome views. But then also here, Pier 39 is where all the action happens, and they had these seals that were sitting around. Can you see the pictures of the seals? So we sat waiting for our bus to come back, and we were sitting where these seals were, waiting for everybody to gather again at Pier 39. So we decided that we would have a bit of a play around on these seals. So we waited forever to be able to get a photo of the aquarium with nobody there, so that we could take a picture of all of the seals. And then even at Pier 39, there's things like carousels and things. It's just like being at a, what do they call it in America? At the fair. Is it the fair that they call it? But like, it's like the show type of thing. So, so there's Ferris wheels, there's carousels, and there's music playing and lots of things to eat and things. So anyway, while we were playing with these seals, I tried to get up on a seal, and it was quite hilarious because by the time I tried to get up, we've got a video of this, but we've also got photos of this. So I tried to get up on this seal, and you can see me trying to get up on this seal. And then finally, when I did get up on the seal, I couldn't even sit on it. I just slid straight off the back and was grabbing it around the neck and holding on to it. And even my daughter said when she got home the other night, like, oh, that was such a funny moment. And it was. So, I mean, like, maybe I could try and pop the Happy Days in on that layout, because it is quite cute. See, we could possibly put Happy Days in there. Or Happy Days here. Oh, we could slide it in under there. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, carnival, fair amusement parks, Deb. Yeah. I know you call it a different thing. We call it the show here in Australia, but what do you think? Happy Days up here. We could possibly slide it in here. I think it looks nice over on this page here. Does look cute there, but then you have to read it sideways. Maybe we might just pop it in here. We might just pop it in there because it was a happy day. It was quite nice. Let's just pop that in there. Okay. So there you go. So thank you very much for hanging out with me this afternoon and checking out what I'm up to in my Scrap It With Me workshop kit. So if you are interested, there is a link in the description down below. If you wanted to be a part of it, it is a registration thing, but you get full instructions. You'll get full cutting guides and everything to do it. You get colored photos of what my layouts look like with the photos and everything on them. And it is $95 if you want it by post. So you can actually get it as a scrapbook workshop kit sent and delivered to your door, or you will be able to, if you wanted to come here in person on the third Thursday of every month, I hold the scrapbooking workshop kit class. Thanks everyone for hanging out with me. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you all again soon.